Ready?
No matter the match or the opponent.
Play.
Second serve of Navarro, Mayor, and returns in play for Navarro. The two biggest stats tonight for the American. Has got to defend her second serve and has got to figure out a way to get a lot of returns in play.
That's what she said to Pam Shriver twice right before this match began in the tunnel. She said, I've got to push back against it. Last match, Sabalenka's team watched her just totally dismantle the Olympic gold medalist, Zheng Qinwen. Shot for shot, stroke for stroke, does anyone hit as hard as this woman?
No one has that all-in, every shot mentality. Second serve, returns, rally shot. It doesn't matter. The bigger the point, the bigger she goes.
An ace and a double fault.
First game.
Pretty easy hold there for Aryna Sabalenka.
Emma Navarro.
Power is what.
Give me a second on that one there. That coming with the heat early on here. So I'm going to take a little offense to that. But certainly, there is something to enjoy with the style that Emma plays. I mean, she's got more shots. She's been taught from every inch of the court, the different spins, different angles. We got two of those types of players tonight in Navarro and Karolina Muchova. It is great to see the different styles competing against each other. We might even see some serve and volleys, Mayor, in the second one.
Muchova against 15-13. Played a terrific hardcourt summer, Jessica Pegula. And on this court tomorrow night, two more American men, Francis Tiafoe and Taylor Fritz.
Come out here against Jessica Pegula and be a little frazzled, Mayor.
What was that all about?
Yeah.
What, 41 errors?
Yeah, 41 errors to 12 winners. And for our world #1, I'd never seen a stat sheet that out of whack from her. A little bit of that help tonight.
30-14. Sabalenka leads by 2 games to love first set.
Aryna Sabalenka speaks about how when she was growing up in Belarus, she said, my coaches were terrible. She said, I was big and strong, and they thought I was stupid, and they just told me to hit everything hard. Hit harder, harder. It's only as an adult that she's learned how to really
15 left.
just hit tennis balls.
And with that came massively improved fitness in the last 3 seasons or so. Always been a huge hitter, but she used to try and hit big from the wrong positions, being stretched out. Now she gets down so well. She gets out of the corners so well.
Second serve, and Navarro recognized it right away. First big hand for Charleston's Emma Navarro.
Yeah, first winner for Navarro. And something, look where she's standing. Not a lot of players challenge the Sabalenka second serve that close because you just don't know what you're going to get. She can hit second serves at 100, that last one at 80, but you always want to try and rattle a server that has had service woes. You got to get into their heads somehow, and that is one way to do it. Because that's what can happen.
15
Well, I remember a couple of years ago where she got so flustered with her serve that she took to serving underhand at times. And she biomechanically took it down to its studs and rebuilt it. Return position of Emma Navarro's
15
seems to be working.
It's so hard to play that way, Merritt. I mean, the last second serve, 102. And yet Navarro went after it, tried to, in her words, fight against it.
Yes, push back.
Push back.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's first serve.
Third ace against those 2 double faults. Sabalenka back on serve. Back on serve in this opening set, semifinals. Navarro's first.
Felt like such a big game, that third game. Didn't play the service game that she would have wanted to start this first set, but what a great job of rebounding to get a break back. Sabalenka, if she's up 3-love, she's off to the races, but Navarro able to make a dent in that last return game.
This.
And it's so easy to get intimidated by Sabalenka in how she plays the game, where she stands, sometimes how loud she is. Love to see that Emma is just focused right now on her game.
Love. For 10.
Emma's longtime coach, Peter Ayers, in the white cap. What a thoughtful coach. You told me about him, Lindsay, but then I got
a while ago, Mayor.
Yes, exactly. You've known him a while. I just met him. Things he's been imparting on Emma for almost 10 years now.
It's great to see
2 games
a player-coach relationship
sets.
with the long-term vision, even from when she was a junior. How are we going to get better? What kind of shots can we develop? Letting her go to college.
Spent 2 years at the University of Virginia, but he was in constant touch with the coaches there. USOpen.org. Anything you want to know about this tournament, go there.
Love for 10.
Unusual to see Sabalenka stressed. She hasn't looked like this for the first 5 rounds.
Let's for serve.
That shoulder injury that cost Sabalenka part of the summer is long gone.
That's a challenge for Navarro, Mayor. She likes to have her court positioning closer to the baseline. So the more she gets pushed back, the more she has to remember to get some lift. She's not used to having to hit ground strokes 5 feet behind the baseline.
Beautiful place, 110-mile-an-hour serve that got Sabalenka out of trouble.
Sabalenka leads by 3-2 first set. Love 15. Love 13.
A couple of backhands have gone into the net, and that's one of the things that Navarro just cannot afford to do tonight. So tough trying to control the pace. But you can't give away too many of those errors.
Love 14.
Pretty well placed serve too. Look how Sabalenka just reached over and handled it.
Again, 15-14.
My favorite coach, Peter Ayers, who say Emma's a middleweight, and you're asked to play heavyweights. That would be Sabalenka. Who are stronger, bigger, faster. How do you tilt the playing field so that you can play into your strengths and don't get exploited by the things that you can't control? Look how long your arms and legs are.
Sabalenka leads by 4 games to 2 for sets.
Navarro.
Love 15.
She gives herself room.
That's a shot she's worked the hardest on to improve and to get it to be a bigger weapon. Also, Team Navarro also knows to make this jump and to stay in the top 10, she has to have a way to finish points. There's a lot of work going into the forehand. How do you finish points with that shot? Looking for it more, looking to run around the backhand more.
$15-all.
Great anticipation from Navarro, doing what she could to get the return back into play. Not a bad play from Sabalenka, but great defense of that backhand corner by Navarro.
About the only part of the court that Navarro wouldn't have been able to get to, Linz.
Incredible shot making from both players and exceptional scrambling from Navarro to even stay in this rally. A half volley angle winner was not what we had predicted from that one. That was a big point, too.
Oh, man. Got a second serve.
So deep in the court, Sabalenka could feel that. So trying to go to the sides and just came up on that angle a little soon.
Juice.
That's Emma's dad behind Peter Ayres. She said she's learned so much from Ben Navarro from the time she was a little kid. Had to work hard, had to commit.
Advantage Sabalenka.
Sabalenka at +3, Mary. She is playing exceptional tennis. Navarro is playing well and doing everything she can to extend these rallies, but when Sabalenka is not making the errors, it's so tough to keep up with her.
Game Sabalenka. New balls, please.
5-2.
Sabalenka leads by 5-2. First set.
I mean 13 winners, I should say, from Sabalenka. This was number 13.
This is the great court coverage of Navarro, trying to stay alive in this rally earlier in the game.
Oh yes, this is earlier. This is good stuff.
Look at how much court Navarro was covering.
And there's that crazy angle for the winner. And the cheers right now inside of Asha for the great Billie Jean King. A huge ovation. Earlier tonight, Maria Sharapova said of Billie Jean, every time I'm with her. And she's trying to do everything right. She's got 6 winners against 8 unforced errors. Sabalenka, 13 winners and 9 unforced. It's big babe tennis.
Just got to weather the storm for Navarro right now. I'm not sure anyone could be challenging Sabalenka with the level she's showing tonight.
She looked a little anxious in the beginning of this, didn't she? But now she's so hungry for the ball, Sabalenka.
Love fencing.
A second serve we knew was going to be a problem for Navarro.
Fifteen 13.
She needs not only first serves, but she needs good first serves. Stay in the set.
Forty 13. Game Navarro.
First ace for Navarro.
Sabalenka leads by 5-3 first set.
Still a big hold there from Navarro from love 30, Mare, to stay in this first set.
Fifteen love.
Jumped on that 76 mile an hour serve.
I mean, who goes 106? Oh, 98, sorry. Second serve.
30-15.
In the side pocket.
Yeah, missed the first serve at 106, but just doesn't hold back.
No.
And she knows Navarro has moved her court positioning in. So she'll just keep going bigger.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say it again, and you could push back yourself. Power robs tennis of its complexities. It's not a diss. She needed that one to crawl over instead.
40-15.
Set points for Sabalenka.
Game and first set, Sabalenka. Second set.
Let's see
Navarro
if
to
the
serve.
23-year-old American can bounce back.
Please be ready for play. Thank you.
Second set.
Love. Love.
40 the first service game in the first set. This would be a different story if able to get on the board, get a first lead.
Game Navarro. First game, second set. Love. Love.
It's Peter and Emma's hitting partner Henry there looking on. Have to be hoping that Sabalenka gets a little rattled or something right now.
$30.
Again, look how close in Navarro is. Does not give her a lot of time to react. And Sabalenka is not used to that.
Hard to rob Sabalenka of time, huh? She can
40-30.
Got to take that second serve away, and it's so hard. She loves to go hard wide. Most players, that is not their go-to. If they are going wide, a lot of times they just kind of arm it over there. Sabalenka fully committed to hitting a three-quarter first serve as a second serve.
is expensive. And she knows it.
1 game all, second set.
She hasn't had many shots, truly, where she's inside the court on her front foot. And it came as a little bit of a surprise there.
It's just so hard to get ahead of this one in the points, right?
Fifteen all.
Anything you'd want to see Emma do differently?
How do you stay with Sabalenka, right? Holding would be nice.
Sabalenka was near perfect
15,
against Jessica
13.
Pegula in that final in Cincinnati. Again, even faster court there, and just played perfectly.
And what Sabalenka is doing is playing. She's using power and pressure. Sometimes power players don't put pressure. Get something short. You got to take that chance, that opportunity, as Navarro did there.
Steal right now if you're
40-13.
On Emma.
Got it.
Navarro. Navarro leads by 2 games to 1, the second
Again,
set.
she got
First
some
set,
short stuff to play
Sabalenka.
with, didn't she? What Navarro showed us in that last game is what Peter Ayres wants Navarro to play like.
15-11.
To have variation, the ability to hit your spots. Your fastball becomes faster because you've got other pitches that you could work off of. That baseball pitcher. Crazy.
30.
She knows it.
Just a little.
Just a little bit younger than us.
14-11. Game, Sabalenka.
That hold, and she spits the balls right back to the American.
2 games all, second set.
Elizabeth Banks is in the house.
Love 15.
This is right where Navarro has got to just stay steady on her service games. Just got to hope you get a look on one of the return games, but you cannot give this one away.
Love 13.
Good crowd tonight, Mayor, here. I just haven't had tons to get behind yet with Navarro. Sabalenka's done a nice job of keeping them pretty silent.
30.
She won yesterday, Lindsay. She said, I know I'm playing an American, but can you please cheer for me too?
I think she offered them all a drink.
She did. Drinks from her. And there were a couple of thousand people at the time. It was generous.
Let's first serve.
Drinks aren't cheap here, Mayor.
No. It's the melons that make them pricey, according to Ted Robinson. It's that combo platter of winners and forced errors. We saw that stat a couple of points ago. And forced errors, and this one's a cold-hearted 86-mile-an-hour winner, but forced errors are much closer to winners than unforced errors.
Sabalenka.
For Emma Navarro.
Sabalenka leads by 3 games to 2. Second set and by 1 set to love.
That woman right there, 23-year-old American. Emma Navarro is going to try to figure out a way to stop this.
Love the 10. 15 all.
Go, Emma.
Thirty 15. Out. 40 15.
This is Sabalenka's 9th Grand Slam semi.
Yeah.
Compare that to just the first one for Navarro, and keep in mind Sabalenka has won some as well. She also won some finals.
Game Sabalenka.
Power plus pressure. Heavyweight against middleweight.
Sabalenka leads by 4 games to 2. Second set.
Coming up next, another American, Jessica Pegula, taking on Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic.
Thank you.
Let's get in Pegula in her first
Love
Grand
15.
Slam semifinal. A couple of years ago, Muchova got to the finals of the French Open before Iga Swiatek took that title. New territory for Pegula as well. She's got a better
Love
chance. hasn't she?
13.
And coming in, most people thought that Pegula and Sabalenka were the favorites to win their semifinals, but never want to underestimate Navarro or Muchova. All of the power just seems a little too much for Navarro.
Coco.
Advantage Navarro.
Has been there also for Sabalenka tonight. And Navarro can handle a lot of power, but as you mentioned earlier, Mare, the power and the precision is so close to the baseline. It's just so tough to fight off point after point.
Advantage Navarro.
What noise this place will make if Emma can hold.
Please. Sabalenka leads by 4 games to 3 second set and by 1 set to love. 15 love.
Tried to get her there with a mix of pace, a slice, and then a drive. And Sabalenka did not miss that one by much.
It's her 7th ace against 3 double faults.
There, it was in the semifinals last year. Sabalenka was down 6-0, 5-3 to Madison Keys. Completed that comeback with a couple of tie breaks in the second and third set. Completely different situation here. Can Navarro be the one that fights back?
3-1 for Sabalenka.
Sabalenka leads by 5-3, second set.
Remember when Sabalenka, Linz, used to play in those matches and she'd get flustered and she'd just play pants on fire?
That's one way to say it, yes.
She does that less and less, I've noticed.
15-love.
Again, these 23,500 people will make themselves heard if Navarro holds. Oh. Was that a terrible serve?
88 is probably sitting there for Sabalenka, and especially when she guesses right.
Yeah. .88-mile-an-hour serve, 89-mile-an-hour return. But Navarro holds and holds on.
Sabalenka leads by 5-4, second set, and by 1 set to love.
Aryna Sabalenka has taken at the US Open alone. How much she wants to prove that she can carry this tournament to the finish line. She's broken Sabalenka once. Can she do it right here?
crucial second set.
Go, Em!
Let's for serve.
Difference can they make now? Those were the statistics that we were seeing last night.
Yeah.
Lula and Swiatek.
That's 5 games worth of errors.
This match completely around in this second set.
Angry return winner. In this semifinal, Emma Navarro has a lead.
Navarro
on serve in the
leads
second.
by 6 games to 5. Second set. First set, Sabalenka. Please, thank you. Love. Love.
Nice response from Sabalenka in this game. Important for Emma to keep finding that mix of being aggressive and getting a lot of shots back into play.
Double fault number 4.
Sabalenka took some pace off that backhand approach, did not want to make another unforced error. And because of that, Navarro had plenty of time to catch up to this backhand to make the pass.
Now the American has 2 points from the set.
Advantage Sabalenka.
Coming up with her 8th ace.
Thank you. Let's first serve. Please. Game Sabalenka. 6 games all, second set tiebreak.
Navarro just simply wasn't getting those types of points in the first set and a half.
Navarro. Please. Thank you.
Slice just fell way too short from Navarro. That either has to be low, Mary, or deep.
2-1 Navarro.
That point might just settle Sabalenka back down.
2-all.
Sabalenka just kept gaining the court.
3
straight points for the Belarusian.
I mean, both points on the Navarro serve.
Sabalenka.
Five straight points in this tiebreak.
5-2 Sabalenka.
Everything turned on that third point.
You're right. You called it.
Missed first ball, a double fault. That's when you've got to pounce, and Navarro wasn't quite able to do that. And Sabalenka able to settle down in a matter of seconds.
To Sabalenka.
Fistful of match points for Aryna Sabalenka.
Set a match, Sabalenka, by 2 sets to love, 6-2, 7-6.
The heavyweight beats the middleweight. Second set got complicated, got a little interesting, right, Linz?
And Navarro 2 points away from winning that set at 6-5.